What's happening, troops? Another day, another doll here. I'm on my way to a viewing, and this property is a pretty juicy one. I'm really excited for it. Could be 3 studios, 3 double en suites. If I get creative enough, it could be 4 studios and 2 double en suites. It could be a really mean, juicy HMO. Now, oh, ears popping again. I had a call with an investor this morning. We're going to be doing other things within Think Property. Now, for example, if you do deal packaging or you're service based, it doesn't matter. If you're something like that and you're at the beginning of your journey, you're going to be at max capacity at some point should things go well. So like if you're at max capacity and you're like, oh, I can only work on 4 deals at a time, and you're still going out to viewings, you've built the relationships with the agents, and you're still having deals sent your way, and they're good ones. Like some people might start replying to the off-market letters that you sent a while ago, and you're getting these opportunities sent to you, and you're like, damn, I'm max capacity, I can't do anything. A good string to your bow is if you do the end-to-end service, and that is the like you find the deal, conveyancing, you do the refurb, but then you help let it out at the end. So you do the full end-to-end service. If you have those opportunities still come to you, just have an investor list, have a base list of investors who don't require your full end-to-end service, but they still want the deals, okay? Because then you can just package them and sell them, package them and sell them. What does package mean? Basically, you've done the due diligence, you've done the research, you know that it's going to work. The problem is you can't do it because you're at max capacity. So rather than it being a wasted opportunity, you can just send it to an investor and be like, look, here's the deal pack. It all works. Here's the stage 1 floor plans. Here's the area, the research, the comparables, why this works, all the before and afters, the evidence. And basically, if they purchase it, I don't know, 5-10 grand, then you've not wasted that opportunity, and it's a good side cash flow that you can have on top of your main service. It doesn't require you to do the conveyancing. It doesn't require you to do the renovation or too much due diligence like throughout all of that carry on. So basically, it's just something, it's another string to your bow. It's not your main service, but it's about monetizing opportunities that otherwise would have been lost. So I definitely recommend doing that. That's the kind of investor that I spoke with this morning. He's wanting to do the conveyancing. He's wanting to do the renovation. I totally respect that, and I encourage people to give things a try themselves. I really like that. But he's based way down south. We're based up north, and it's really difficult for him to find deals. Now, I'm not going to abandon my service and be like, okay, I'm going to drop everything and look for deals for him. It's if something comes my way, if someone replies to a DTV letter and we're at max capacity, then I'll send it his way and still, get some capital, still get some cash for the deal itself, and then he can run with it, do his own thing. Turning lost opportunities back into opportunities sounds obvious, but I encourage you to do it. Another example, if you're a buy-to-let sourcer and you come across a HMO investor, you don't want to lose that HMO investor. Like you're like, oh, you know what, we're not going to work together. See you later. £0 made, right? Whereas you contact Scott and you're like, oh, I know Scott does work with HMO investors. He does the end-to-end service. He'll build your portfolio for you. I'll set up an introduction. Scott pays you. It's not a lost opportunity. You monetized what would have been a lost opportunity. Okay, right. Enough of my rambling. We're going to a couple of the projects today as well. See what's going on. A couple of issues are raised. Got one finishing this week, and yeah, let's fucking do this. Just had the drawdown surveyor out, and your boy has got to put the key back, but it went well. No problems. He's really happy with the progress, and it's good to meet them on site so you can explain everything that's happened. Make sure they're happy with it. Okay. I'll give you a quick glimpse of everything. I've also been at Starbucks editing videos, submitting offers, but they were busy shops, so I didn't record it. I don't want to be sat recording next to people. Look at this. All the first fix done, and a lot of the action's been inside, to be fair. A lot of the plastering's been done, but I'm going to see if I can climb up here instead. So it's mental. Okay, a wee glimpse of this. Okay, we've done that. Done the drawdown visit. Don't know what's going on over there, but I don't know where I'm going to be next. I have so much admin to do. I'm going to do it now. Might do it in Starbucks, might do it at another project. See you soon. Alright, I've come here. We're in the evening now. It's getting dark outside because I'm going to property and poppadoms tonight. And I've just got to hang around. I'm sick of spending money in Starbucks. So I'm going to hang here. All the lads are gone. They're done for the day. It is 5:30 just now, so I'll be here for about 45 minutes. And we'll have a wee chat, shall we? Take a wee look around before we do it. All the stairs are installed, looking beautiful. Let's just keep on going on. Fresh plaster, freshly skimmed. And up there too. Smells nice. Am I one of those weird people that like the smell of it? Yeah. Right. This is the new office. Today's probably been like a really messy video, and it's been a messy day. So I like to show, not tell, but there's a few things that I couldn't record. So went to Project Dustpan to discuss with the builder the final drawdown amount, tracking the numbers, making sure that everything was on track throughout the build. And we were having to dip into the contingency a little bit because there's like unexpected costs, say with the roof and such, the dormer. And another thing was making sure, because like, see, when it comes to the drawdown visit, the final one, like it has to be 100% complete, and there's like tiny little snagging, there's like little beads around the windows that need to be done, like tiny little bits. So I called the drawdown surveyor to make sure, and he was like, yeah, that's absolutely fine, because I don't want him coming out and then be like, oh yeah, that's needing done, I'm gonna have to come back out next week. It's like 700 quid, 780 quid per visit, including like 20% VAT. So it's quite a lot. It's quite a lot to do. I think a lot of this, what we do is admin. When you get into property investment, a lot is admin and you follow in systems. So use Google Drive, use Trello. Trello is one big one that I'm shifting over to. Or we were on it, but we want to really refine it. What else is there? Had the drawdown surveyor out for this one, and yeah, he really liked it, really liked the progress, and that's the main thing. And then it's the property and poppadoms tonight, and that's going to be exciting. I've not been to one before, and it's how to find a good builder, how to make sure that you have the right builder, and I'll let you know what happens in there. But I'm feeling a bit like, I don't know, deflated today, you know? Like a year ago I had nothing, and now look at me, sat on a project. But you might think, if I do this, then I'll be happy. If I do this, then I'll be happy. But I can guarantee, like, it's not, you're not gonna, don't attach happiness to other stuff. Like, I always thought, once I have a project, then I'll be happy. Once I have like a renovation on the go, then I'll be happy. Or once I have a client or an investor, once I raise this, once I do this, then I'll be happy, then I'll be happy. But you'll find that once you do those things, it brings in a lot more problems. You're just changing old problems for new problems. Let's say you're like, oh, once I have like £1,000 or per month, or £10,000 per month, or £1 million per year, like, you'd be like, okay, I've got that, but then that just invites more problems. It just has more problems attached to it. It solves your monetary problems, but then you have other problems to deal with. Like, if you want to get into property investment, if you want to do this full time, if you want to get into deal packaging, it doesn't matter. If you want to do it full time, you have to enjoy or be okay with constantly putting out fires, constantly being the problem solver. You're you're the top of the chain of command, right? You're the one in charge. So when there's problems, people come to you, and you've got to be happy solving them. That's the big lesson that I learned, because for the start of it, for the first like 6 to 9 months, I was always like, oh, I can't believe there's so many problems. I can't believe there's so many problems. I'm constantly putting out fires. Like, I was constantly fighting the fact that problems were coming up. But when you build a business, and if you want to build it on a big scale, if you want to have like a large property portfolio, you have to fully understand that there's going to be a lot of problems, and you're the one that has to solve them. So you have to enjoy the fact that problems come up, and when you solve them, that's where your happiness comes. That's your excitement. That's your thrill. Okay, like, I always find now that if a day comes up and there's no problems, I feel uneasy. I feel unsettled, because I'm so used to problems come out and solving them. But it's a really weird one, because you hate the fact that problems come up, but that's your job. You're the one that puts out all the fires. You're the one that solves all the problems whilst being the accountant of the business, the marketing, the sales, you know, like doing all the social media, going to the networking events, and then you've got to deal with like HMO licensing, like regulations, all of this stuff. Like it's a huge, huge orchestra, and you're the conductor. That's the way I would describe it. If you want someone to describe what property investment is like, what deal packaging is like, you're the conductor, and you're just making sure the orchestra all play the instruments and the music goes well. So that's a little rant, that's a little chat. I'm going to crack on. I've got other little shitty things to do. I'm sure you do too. I don't know why you're watching me when you know you've got these wee tasks to do. Oh, brother. Right. Let's see if we can cut to this networking event. Let's see if we can get some footage from here because I'm excited for this one. Property and poppadoms. I've heard good things. It's based across the UK. If you got one local, see what it's like. But first time for me, let's do this.
Well, thanks for having me, Adam. Thanks for having me, Sean. Just built the Dormer skin, and I went to see them just before Christmas, and I said, oh, you know, we're going to need some felt on there because this was an existing steel actually, but the structural engineer said that I needed a passed stone under here. So what the builders have decided to do is get a little bit of cement because you don't need.
Yes, troops, we are on our way home. A long day, a very long day. It is 10:15. I'll be back at about 11. And started at about 8, you know, fucking long ass day, putting the hours in, getting the networking in. I'm gonna stretch my back. So, done property and poppadoms, networking event. Didn't want to record it that much because I was sat talking to people the whole time. But that was my first networking event in so long, like a proper, like actually chatting to people networking event. Like I went to the HMO summit, but that was definitely a lot more educational. It was like speaker after speaker after speaker. And during the networking, like I just fucking didn't do enough. Anyway, like that property and poppadoms, I saw a lot of friends that I've not seen in a while. Big shout out to them. Met Reese Wright for the first time. Feel like I've known him for fucking ages as well. There's so many people that I feel like I've known, like on social media, through the grapevine and all that stuff. So I encourage you, man. I encourage you to go to something that's a little bit less formal, still solid networking, still huge names. Like Sean Chung was there, Reese Wright, fucking like Justin and Gray. Like there's big heavy hitter names there, and there's a few other lads there as well that are big. It's just, it gets offline. I love this online stuff, and I'm sure you like being online too. But see, when you get in person, you're shaking the hands, giving each other wee bits of tips and advice and stuff, and asking how you're doing, arranging coffees. Like that's the sort of shit that makes it more fun. It makes it more real because you get caught up with the online stuff, and I love it as much as an ex-man. But you do get caught up, and it starts not to feel real. You start to feel a bit isolated, you know. So that's why you see me doing a lot of collabs now, going to networking events now, making it feel real, and starting to enjoy it again. Properly enjoy it again. Working on the business, not too much in the business. Reese spoke a lot about finding the right builder, and I didn't realize the things that could go wrong, like the scale that could go wrong. Like we've obviously had our problems, and like it's been pretty fucking tough, you know, managing builds, but we get there. But it's one of those things, like sometimes you, like I've never had to fire a builder, but his talk was about firing builders and the process of that, and at what point do you do that? Like for him, he noticed that the builder was hiding things, like they were pretending to do shit, but covering it with like it was just, they were basically lying to them, like on the bill, oh yeah, we done that, but then he would peel it back and be like, you haven't fucking done that, you pretended to. So it was just a lot of things like that, and obviously I'm not going to go too much into it, but it was really, really interesting to hear other people's experiences, because when you're going in the trenches, when you're going through a lot of shit, you think you're the only one. You might be looking at me and think, Scott's killing it. I go on Scott's Instagram and he's with Leon, he's with Justin, he's with Kyle, he's doing all these crazy things, and it looks like he's killing it, having a blast. But then if you come on here on my YouTube, which you obviously are if you are right now, you'll see that it's not much of a blast. Like I'm doing fun stuff, but I also am going through the shit. If you go through my like older videos, when it's like when everything goes wrong and the dark side of property investment, that's when I'm really opening up about the serious and bad stuff that I go through. And it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. You end up feeling you're a bit alone. So when you go to these events and you see other people are going through it too, and you give each other advice, oh mate, like this is what happened to me. Like if you do this, I wish I could tell myself not to do this, so make sure you don't do this so this doesn't happen. That, like, you're preventing so many problems just by basic networking. And obviously you can find investors, you can find stuff. Holy shit, I thought that motorbike was going to fly onto the road then. Yeah, anyway, that's my little top tip, Scotty toppy tip. I am dragging this out, sorry. Right, subscribe, I'll see you tomorrow, peace.